Jynxzi, thank you so much for choosing to play this game, because this game is this game is so good, but it has been neglected over the years. But with your help, maybe we have hope now. We have hope. And I dedicate this video to thanking you. Thank you so much. And Jynxzi, with this video, I'm just going to give you some basic advice with the game. Now, one super important thing to remember is that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. There are 104 characters in this game, and I can guarantee you it's okay to be overwhelmed. And a lot of people are going to say that a lot of characters are better than others, and that's true, but I wouldn't recommend letting yourself getting overwhelmed by that advice, because there are a lot of overrated characters in this game, and there are a lot of underrated characters as well. And I'm just going to get some of those out of the way, because match isn't working right now, but I'm sure that can be fixed later. Now, starting with the foot soldiers, I will break down each class for you. All of the soldiers are really good. There isn't a single bad foot soldier, and all of them are usable. They're really similar to each other. Like, for example, this is the regular foot soldier. He has a basic standard issue assault rifle. Really versatile and effective. He's one of the best characters in the game because of how versatile he is. And another is Arctic Trooper. He's very similar to the regular foot soldier, except he has an ice effect which can slow people down. And a lot of these characters are different from each other. They have different abilities. Like, for example, this one is more fit for sniping, and this one, the tank commander, is much more for up-close, aggressive combat. And overall, the foot soldiers are very, very good, and all of them are usable. Next up is the engineers. Now, the engineers are a bit of a wild card. Some of them are really good, and some of them are not very good. For example, the regular engineer, he has this concrete launcher. It does a really good amount of damage, and it does splash damage, so engineer is pretty solid. And a lot of the engineers have similar capabilities, like the electric engineer, which can have the electricity arc across and hit multiple people, and he's really effective for group encounters. Similar with the welder, except he deals fire damage. Now, there are a few different ones, such as the mechanic, who is a lot like the regular foot soldier in that he has an assault rifle. By the way, this is one of the best characters in my opinion. As for the scientist, this is the healing class, and I'm just going to tell you right now, this is barely a support class. This is a very aggressive, very up-close encounter kind of class. Like, for example, the regular scientist, he's one of the best characters in the game. See, like, watch this. See that? Crazy. He deals an insane amount of damage, and a lot of the scientists are similar. Now, not all of the scientists are like this. For example, the astronaut, which is more suited for ranged combat, but all of the scientists are very similar to each other, in that they are extremely aggressive and very useful for group encounters. Next up is the All-Star. The All-Star is another class that has that's very similar to each other. And I'm going to tell you, almost every single All-Star is exactly like the regular one. The regular one, he can move a little bit slower than the others, but he has more health, and his weapon takes some time to charge, but he deals some really good damage. Now, this here is the Hover Goat. The Hover Goat can be obtained with the DLC, or it can also be bought. It's a support character, and it's a lot like the Foot Soldier, except he's a support character, and he's really good. Next up is the pirate. The pirate is the sniper class. However, the twist with the pirate is that when he is not, he has like an SMG. When he's not zoomed in, it's like a shotgun weapon, similar to the scientist. However, when you aim, it turns into a very deadly sniper rifle. Like so. And a lot of the Deadbeards are similar to each other, and one that I should bring up in particular is Captain Cannon. Now, there is a specific subclass of character in the game, and that's called manual detonation characters. Manual detonation characters have very slow firing weapons and see their projectiles, they're very slow. However, while their projectiles are in the air, you can click the gun button again to make that shot explode. That's where the manual detonation comes from, and it will do a large amount of splash damage. Now, these characters definitely take some skill to use. The timing of the manual detonation, like, I'm not a very big fan of these characters, but a lot of people do like them, so just keep that in mind. And there's only 3 of them. There's a pirate, a cactus, and a Peashooter. Those are the only 3 manual detonation characters. Next up is the Super Brains. The Super Brains are the plant's version of the Chomper. They do a standard sequence of punching combos, and when you zoom in, they have a short-firing laser beam. And lastly is the Imp. The Imp is pretty similar to the Foot Soldier. It's sort of like the Foot Soldier and the Scientist rolled into one, but it's not Hover Goat. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, but the Imp is a very fast, very agile, they can double jump, and they have very heavy damaging weapons and are good for aggressive combat. However, they only have 75 HP, and if you can see the triangle icon, they can summon a mech. The mech is an extremely high damaging mech. It has a lot of health, and it has a lot of good abilities. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering so much. But the mech is very good. It has a limited amount of battery, but it is very good. The Imp is one of the stronger classes in the game, in my opinion. So, that's all of the plants, and that was all the zombies, now it's the plants. The Peashooter is another extremely aggressive class. The Peashooter can speed himself up, and he deals splash damage, and he can launch beam bombs. The Peashooter is easily one of the most annoying classes to deal with, so just prepare yourself. Next up is the Chomper. The Chomper is the plant version of Super Brains. What the Chomper does is, well, he chomps in extremely close range. Now, he can burrow, and he can swallow zombies. So, for example, if a zombie's right here, I can actually swallow a zombie and kill them in a single hit. Now, the Chomper is, in my opinion, one of the weaker classes because they have many different counters on the zombie side, but overall, when used effectively, the Chomper can be very dangerous. Next up, we have the Sunflower. The Sunflower is a very supportive class. Most of them have fast-firing weapons, and they have a lot of ammo. They can heal close allies by using the L1 button to activate a heal beam, or you can press R1 to have a small healing agent. Isn't that cute? Next up, we have the Cactus. The Cactus is the sniper class. And unlike the Deadbeard, the Cactus does not have a primary and secondary weapon, so regardless if I'm aiming or I'm shooting, it's going to shoot out spikes. Now, another thing about the Cacti and the Deadbeards is that they have drones, if you can see here. And these drones can launch airstrikes, and they can shoot at the zombies with their bullets. Like so. Next up is the Torchwood. The Torchwood is another premium content plant, or you can unlock him with the DLC. Now, the Torchwood is one of the most annoying characters in the game. His abilities are extremely powerful and deal a lot of damage. Again, he's like the All-Star in that he deals heavy damage, and he can actually move pretty quickly. For an example, he can activate this Leaf Shield, which tanks heavy damage, or you can straight up turn into a god and you can fire infinitely. It's extremely powerful, although he does have a limited supply. And one little tip is that if you stand still while performing that, you actually get to have it for longer. Just a little tip. And then he can do this, which is just one of the most annoying abilities in the game. Next up is the Citron. The Citron is a hit-and-run class. They have a damage-dealing laser, and they move very slowly. However, if you hit triangle, they can, sorry, you're a PC player, and they can roll up into a ball for extra mobility. Next up, we have the Rose. The Rose is the other support class for the plant. The Rose magical thistles can deal homing damage, actually. See how my shots home in on the zombies. Well, I'm recording. Next up is the Corn. The Corn is pretty much the zombie equivalent of the Foot Soldier. Now, the Corns are by far one of the strongest classes in the game. They're all really, really good for assault. See, they have an assault rifle like the Foot Soldier, but they have extra health as well, which makes them extremely dangerous. And that is all of the classes. Now, I really hope you like this advice. If you would like any other advice, Jynxzi, just let me know. I am in service to you, sir, because you are really helping this game right now. Stay safe, brother.